Now we're going to go over, I wanted to go over the different types of brushes you can create and how to do that. Let's see. The first and easiest way to create a brush, you can see here I've got this heraldic, oops, helps if I get that right. Let's go. You can see I've got this heraldic eagle. Let me go ahead and do a new. There we go. What this was is if you open up a graphic, and let's see here, textures. I've got a ton of graphics and I can't figure out which one I want to use. Okay, let's do something simple like this. Open up any graphic that you want, you know, JPEG, whatever. Let's say I wanted to duplicate the image because your background is locked, and this will allow you to change it without messing up your original image. Let's just do this real quick. Select. These are some techniques too you can use for fast, down and dirty work. If you, I was telling Gorbad that I was going to go over some different ideas for how to do fast things quickly in Photoshop, so you don't have to spend a lot of time when you have a whole bunch of map items to make like he does. Focus area is a relatively new selection technique that selection tool that Photoshop has. It does an auto image, and as you see, it did pretty good with this. It just cut out the sky and left everything else. You can, of course, take it manual, and using the plus and minus brushes, you can add or get rid of things that you don't want it to put in. And you don't have to be really super exact with it. It kind of takes what you're doing and says, okay, how about this? Okay, how about that? See what I'm saying? But you can see there's a lot of different colors in this around this tree, so it's being kind of cautious and saying, well, I'm not sure. How much stuff do you want to get rid of? There we go. And let's see, let's get rid of this too. Alright, now let's go ahead and just keep the castle here. Alright. As you can see, I have soften edge on here. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. You can go in and refine the edge, but for the sake of time, I'm going to say just OK. Now, it gives me the selection here. You can also change how it gives you the results. It can do a new layer with layer mask. But I'm going to show you how to create one out of a selection. You go to layer mask, reveal selection. And there you go. See, now this background is transparent, which is what we want. I can use the layer mask. Layer masks are your friend. There's two things that just, I cringe because I used to do this all the time, and I'd get myself into a corner and it'd screw up something I'd worked on for hours, and I'd ruin it. Painting directly on your layer with the image and not using layer masks, because when you have an original image that you're using, and let's say I go in and I erase this tree, and on my Wacom, the stylus has an eraser on the back of it. That's why I just flip it over like a pencil and use it. I don't have to use the eraser tool, but the settings for my eraser are here. So if I wanted to change the eraser on the Wacom on the back of the stylus, I'd go to my eraser settings here. Now, let's say I wanted to erase that tree, whoops, and then I also accidentally did that. Now I just screwed it up. Guess what? I made it on the original. So unless it's still on my undo list, which fortunately it is, I wouldn't be able to get rid of it. If I had gone past, if I had done other work, let's say not catch the mistake, if I had gone other work down the road and it's suddenly off the undo list, the only thing I can do is revert back to the original open unless I save a snapshot. Layers and layer masks will keep you from having a problem and getting so far into it that you can't back it up. Layer masks are nice to use. What's the benefits, Neil Gambit, what's the benefits of masking versus creating multiple transparent layers on top of the original image? Actually, you're going to do both, but masking, okay, let's say when you can edit a mask, and when you edit a mask, it's either black or white. Black means you get rid of it. You can't see it. It's gone. White means you can see it. It's transparent. You can see our castle here on the image. So if I come in with my little pen here, just a regular brush, and note I have the mask selected down here. Okay, not the image. Select the mask. I have my default colors, black and white here. Okay, I have it on black. I can get rid of this. Okay. Oops, I screwed up. What if I don't want to get rid of that? Well, then I come back in here, change it to white, and let's increase the size just for giggles. See? And I can bring that sky back too. See? I can erase something without erasing it. If it's like, oh, doggone it, I shouldn't have done that. And you're beyond your historical list here. And believe me, when you're using a brush, that will go away really quickly. Because every time I put the brush the brush down, it is going to change. See? And if I keep going like this, the next thing I know, I'm not going to be able to fix what I just did. But using the layer mask, let's see. Come on, right click. I can. I haven't messed anything up. It's still, I've always got a fallback position. And believe me, after a while, when you spend a couple of hours working on something and you make a mistake and you realize you've gone too far to fix it, it can be very frustrating.